Two. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Tons of Fun. It's spooky month still, and Castle Labs is going to give us our intro, so we'll be right back after this. But please enjoy and have fun. Alrighty, and thank you, everybody, and welcome back to Tons of Fun. With us tonight is our special guest star, Kirk Wilson.
Hey.
You may have seen him in Debbie Does Dallas and John Shaft Returns. But here he is tonight. And Kirk, happy belated birthday. I understand you just turned 14.
Definitely not the case. It's 20, but thank you, Jeff.
All right. Well, you're welcome. Happy birthday, buddy. I have something for you that I'm going to mail to you eventually. So,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Birthdays are important. And Don's back. Well, Don's here. That's good. So, everybody be nice to Don. But also, I have one more thing to share to kick off this episode. And it's going to be awesome. And really what it's all about tonight is simply this. As soon as I get the goddamn button. I'm having some technical issues. It's fine.
Please stand by.
All right, so there we go. We got that. This is what it's all about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, Wolfman does in fact have nards. So we're going to be getting to some Wolfman discussion here in a little bit. We're going to be talking about werewolves. Don is having a heart attack because he thinks that censorship is a thing. Censorship is death. Come on now. So I also invited some other people that may or may not hop in. But depending on how that opening went and that Florida news brief there, I'm pretty sure they want nothing to do with me at this point. That's okay. This week has been pretty boring. Don and I went to go see Dune. And we had a good time. It was fantastic. It was everything I fucking wanted it to be in a movie.
They did a really good job, both with adapting the source material as well as paying homage to the original Dune release back in the 80s, I believe it was.
84, yeah. So yeah. Funny story, the guy that directed Dune in 84 was offered Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to do Dune.
Oops.
Dune was not boring. Dune. So if you've ever read the book Dune, like it's crazy imaginative, and you have to like visualize almost everything. This was the third time in a movie that everything matched up with the way I saw it. The first one was The Green Mile. Second one was The Mist. And now it's Dune. So it was all eye to eye. Everything. It was just good.
Well, I mean, not much really happened for a lot of us this week, is what we're saying. But aside from the fact we went and saw Dune, and it was visually it was great. There was a big distinct show don't tell in it. They did get rid of the really weird inner monologue voiceovers from the old 84 series.
I'm kind of sad about that, if I'm being honest.
A little sad about it, but makes sense because now it relies more on the actors actually portraying those emotions and those thoughts on their face when they're actually in that situation.
There is one thing that I liked when they met up with the doctor, and he has a sill suit on. Everybody knows that he's got a sill suit on for the first time, and he wears it like the Freeman. Before it was a 30-minute monologue about how he did this. The Doctor just kind of muttered, "He'll know our ways. He will be up from off-world, or he'll know our ways like they're his own." And it was just like cool to see that realization on a character's face. Regardless, Kirk, you're in Florida. How goes impregnating crocodiles?
I haven't seen any as of being here. I do know there's a sign next to one of the fences that says "Do watch out for that," along with snakes, and I'm just like, okay, cool. So I have stayed away from that fence, but it's been good so far. I've only been here for this will be the second night, but I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be fun because I'm gonna go out
tomorrow.
So tomorrow I plan to go out and check out some comic book shops, see what collectibles I can find. I know there's like a couple of local shops near here. One of them seems to have a lot of Legend stuff, along with some older stuff, Marvel Select. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. Hopefully I can find something good.
Hopefully you can buy more figures to review after you
Exactly.
get done with the... So Kirk has all of the retro Spider-Man stuff from the Legends line.
Awesome.
It's sitting in a box, and they're all sealed. And he goes, "I need to review those."
Yeah.
Moving right along.
And I haven't had the time because I was in the process of moving. I moved to Virginia recently, and so like I opened up the box of stuff that I packed, and I checked the box, and I'm like, this looks like way more than I remember packing. But it's also to do with the fact that I was ordering stuff while I was like in the process of moving, and then I have it all in one pile. I'm just like, geez, this was not supposed to go down this way. Jeff warned me about this ages ago. And I'm not done. Like, I still have more of the retro Spider-Man stuff I have to get that is like thing. I think the shop that I called that I'm going to check out tomorrow said that they actually have the Green Goblin that I need. And I'm just like, I have to figure out like how much they have it for, and also if they're willing to like make an offer on it or not. I don't know if it's that type of store, but
yeah,
it's like the last piece I need for the first wave.
All right, so Rick, what have you been up to? What are you doing, Rick? Why are you here, Rick? What's going on?
I stumbled into here, and I figured I'd stick around. No. I was a little preoccupied last Friday. I've been doing a lot of streaming on Instagram with some great friends, one of which is in the chat. I don't know if she's still there. The Trey Company, Emily. So I've just been doing a lot of that on Instagram and building a few things. I was able to complete an older Ninjago set right here.
Dope.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Fun set. Other than that, not much. Lots of work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got into figure photography like this week a lot. Like I hit it heavy, and it's been a lot of fun. Gil Tor Nerd has been helping me out with that a lot. Anyway, Lexwana, how is life on Beta Z?
I've been fighting the plumbing in that crappy ass old house, and paperwork for that's still going on for Dad's estate. So
yeah.
Whoopee. That's about it. It's not been a fun week for me, but
sorry. So speaking of stuff that's fun and not sad or shitty, toileting jokes. Don and I are going to Retropalooza tomorrow in Arlington, Texas.
Excellent.
And then we get to meet up with Greco Fabulous, who's been a guest on the show. And we get to meet up with another retro channel, Craig Turtleman, as well. And we're going to hang out with him at the con. And then Don and I are going to go over to Plano, Texas, which is currently an hour drive from our location in Arlington, but we don't care, for awesome pizza. And I think we're probably going to stop into the Bricks and Minifigures shop just to look and go, yep, stuff's still here, and leave.
Probably.
Because I don't intend on spending any money except for pizza.
Pizza.
Yep. So that was fun. So this kind of leads us into what I want to go with next. I promise we'll get to the werewolves. We'll show you the monkey. I promise. But I wanted to start with Hasbrocon stuff. So today was Hasbrocon. And Hasbrocon is their showcase for all their new toys, and they're doing it in 2 days. Tomorrow is G.I. Joe Day, so like I'm super excited about that for reasons. And they revealed. Why can't I just show me the thing? They revealed a whole bunch of new stuff. They revealed all of their new stuff today. So go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to ask it. Is it officially G.I. Joe Day? Like,
no,
is that a real?
It's a real thing for Hasbrocon because they're going to be showing the new. Yeah.
Cool.
So this is the new Transformer Legacy cartoon series that's coming out. This is a robot.
That does look like a robot.
It looks nice.
Kirk's fired.
Hmm?
You're fired.
This is another robot. I've got to do this a stupid way, and I apologize due to copyright stuffs. So that was Skids. That was Skids. This one is, I don't know who this is. I'm going to let Emily go through it. But this is, oh boy. I don't want it. That's still not the right one.
Still Skids.
I'm sorry. I'm not good at this, everybody. I've been out of practice. So I'm just gonna fill it up with chatter and talk. There we go. I think that's Megatron.
Oh.
So from the looks of it, there are no these are just these are just figures. These are not actually transformable.
Yeah.
Oh no, that you're John. I don't mean to countermand what you said, but you're not correct.
Oh.
So give me a second. I'll show you. I have the pictures of them. And yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it this way. I promise it's not my first day. It feels like it. All right. So this is what we got. This is the new Transformer stuff that's happening. Apparently, there's a sponsored video that popped up, and I don't know how to get rid of it. That's fine. So Yada Shmada Transformers. Those are the new transformations for. Yep.
Oh. And drag strip looks okay, but like the bots don't look good.
Yeah, RC looks fine.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to mess up RC, but I'm surprised they didn't do that either.
But the other, the other three are kind of like
bike looks. Yeah.
Like RC looks great. I mean, RC's always looked pretty good, but the other ones, they're like. Well, the one that you think is Megatron. I mean, again, that one looks like an action figure. And if you should look at the transformed version, it doesn't. It just looks like they went arm side down. That was it. And
that's so fun.
So next up is Star Wars Black Series, which you can either be on board or you can be like, who wants Star Wars Black Series? So this is the first one. I'm not excited about this. I kind of am, but I'm also like, I don't need a new action figure collection. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Oh, it looks great.
Oh, yeah. So this is the playset that we're getting. Do you know how much this playset costs?
$250.
$75.
Oh, that's good.
For, a wall.
I wouldn't say that is worth it. I would put that around 45 to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
75 is a bit much, just for a bar scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, not a very. There's like, all it has is the drinks, the bar, the stools, and the back. The back.
Yeah.
The bar back. There's
do
nothing like.
Go ahead, Rick. What's up?
Do they sell any other walls that you could add to it and finish the room?
No.
Yeah.
So Hasbro did this before with the Black Series, where they released a hallway for the Rebel ship, the Tantive 4, Tantive 5, whatever. Star Wars nerds, fuck off. And it was $50 for a portion of a hallway. A portion. You could spend $100 and get the other side of the hallway. Or if you wanted the freezing chamber, you could pay, I think it was $200 to get one half and then get the other half. with stairways that lead to nowhere.
It would not be a bad thing if it was an actual playset but as it is right now, it's a set dressing. That's all it is. It's just a background to fill space while you actually have. They're looking for a more like. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to do here. Is like, oh, this is for people to buy, so they have set dressing for their figures, as opposed to an actual playset. Which, again, why would you charge that much for something that people would not find the value in that?
It's definitely like I don't know. I saw some of the stuff that they revealed today for the Star Wars stuff, but it doesn't. Not a lot of it really captured my attention, to be honest.
And there's a reason. I mean, because it speaks of lazy, both lazy marketing and lazy like development.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Hermit Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, it is.
I kind of like him. Next. I apologize for chewing, but I'm hungry again. All right, so Mace Windu, this is going to be part of the vintage line because I guess the prequels are vintage now. But I think that's...
They are. That's horrible to think about.
I think that's 3 3/4. I could be wrong, but it looks good. Mace looks great.
Does it have a detachable hand?
Womp womp.
Too soon?
Not soon enough. Rick, what do you think?
To be honest, I'm not really into these, so I don't really have much to say about them.
All right.
I mean, they look cool.
Yeah. All right, next up, if I do this right, get rid of that one, get rid of that one. So everybody's going to be excited about this one because it's the girl, and oh man, was she annoying when she first came out, but now she's our hero. Yep.
See, I've always seen it like I've seen more people thrilled about Ahsoka than I have seen people deriding the fact that she exists. So great that they're getting her more figures. Again, unless I see it up close and personally, it just looks very lazy.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to get a sense of scale here.
Yeah, even watching the panel, it was kind of hard to tell what the scale of it was. Because like you saw like articulation points, but I wasn't sure if it was 6-inch or if it was smaller than that.
I think those are 3 3/4. All right, so this is the 6-inch that's coming up next. We're gonna start off with this is my favorite takeaway from the show today. As soon as I get there, I'm sorry. Is it this one? It's this one. So that is, if you haven't seen The Mandalorian Season 2, spoilers are ahead. This is the guy that had Boba Fett's armor.
Right.
The Marshal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he looks cool.
Yep.
I like him.
Yeah, definitely.
Give it to us in Lego. That's all I'm saying.
True, I haven't done that.
All right, last one. Second to last one. Sorry. Well, I wanted to say this. So this is Hasbro's Kickstarter big thing that they're doing next. Hasbro, the multi-billion-dollar company that takes your money for a year, throws it into an account, builds off of the Who's-Its, and makes more money off of you.
So
right.
I understand why they're using Kickstarter. They're using Kickstarter to gauge the interest in the product. I understand that's why they're doing it. Do I agree with the fact that they're using crowdfunding to supply something they should be doing with internal funds? No, I don't.
Yeah, and it's just especially frustrating because it's like they're not the only company doing stuff like this. And it just feels like an excuse to charge people twice.
Yep. Who's funding it? Like, I mean,
People.
Would you pay into that?
No.
I wouldn't, because I don't particularly have like a desire to have a Rancor on my shelf. But I mean, there are people that do.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. So it's basically like, okay, we'd like to make something special, but we're not going to make it unless we have sort of a guaranteed number of sales. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So maybe just take pre-orders.
Right. Exactly. That's would be the smart thing. But
Yeah.
there's goals and everything. It's just they did it for the Razor Crest. They did it for Unicron, and it's like, okay, you know.
They did it for that other thing the other day. What was it from Transformers? Victory Saber or something like that.
Yeah.
So they did the same thing, and it's like and Galactus. So it's like each time they reach a certain amount of backers, they're like, we're gonna build this next thing, and it's like, but if you add more people, then we'll build more stuff. But if you don't reach that next goal, then we're not gonna give you the other item. It's just gonna be whatever is the standard. And it's like I don't know. It's like just it's kind of annoying.
Make it a membership thing and do it that
already
way,
is.
not a Kickstarter.
It already is. It's done through HasLab, which is what you have to pay to be part of. $50 a year.
So that's charging people 3 times.
Yeah.
Why are people giving these people any more money?
That's what I mean. Like,
wait, no, do you have to do it, Jeff? Because I don't recall. I didn't even know that part. Because I thought it was just you could just like be a part of it and not have to have the premium thing. I don't know.
Like that you could like log in, create an account, add to Kickstarter,
like have
walk away. Right.
And just kind of do it like that, but you have to do that's stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely stupid.
But again,
Dang.
corporations exist mostly for one purpose, and that is to take your money.
That's right.
Yep. I mean, Lego's the same way, even if we don't want to admit it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So here's the last thing. In case anybody missed out on buying the Mandalorian and the Child because you could never find them in the same spot, there you go.
Oh yeah.
And
Ooh,
a Speeder.
Yes.
So that's the Ice Spider, Grogu, Din Djarin.
The Mandalorian.
There it is. Din Djarin. Yep.
Now that looked cool.
It does. It's definitely cool. It's the third Mandalorian figure in full. Yeah, Beskar plate. It's.
I mean, it's hard not to have the Beskar armor on anyone not look cool.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
looks nice.
Maybe if I wore it, it wouldn't look as cool. But
Rick, it would look fucking dynamite if you wore it. You would make that shit work. You just walk in and we'd all hear the theme song.
To be fair, Kirk could probably walk in full Princess Leia garb and still be like, yeah.
Rick and Kirk could both rock Princess Leia garb, no problem.
Sweet.
Oh no.
Also, that word that guy was trying to spell has G's in it. He's an idiot. Moving right along. Thank you, Lexi, for being our top moderator. Appreciate it.
No problem.
So let's get into the fat of it. I'm going to ask this question, and without Googling it, I want you guys to tell me. What are the 2 ways to kill a werewolf? Kirk, you go first.
A silver bullet?
Yep.
And don't know the other.
You kick him in the nards.
No?
Was it again?
You kick him in the nards.
Kick him in.
Oh, jeez. Why didn't I think about? Yeah, why didn't I think about that? We literally just played
It's
the clip.
throwback time, yeah.
Yeah, we just put. I should have said that, please.
Okay, so Ray says you don't have to be a member of HasLab. My apologies. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So I mean, that's one off.
There you go.
My bad. I was wrong. Still though, $50 a month. Year, whatever. Anyway, moving right along. So we're talking about werewolves tonight, and we all have different sources of where we pull the werewolves in at, and then we talk about it. That's how the show works. But I wanted to talk about Monster Squad first. Best werewolf in a movie or best werewolf in a movie? Go.
I'll be fair, I haven't seen Monster Squad since. But Christ, when did it come out?
Oh God! Well, I don't want to say what I'm going to say. I've never seen Monster Squad. Bye, everybody.
Man.
All right, so just what's your favorite werewolf then depicted in film? I'm just open forum. Go.
I'm trying to think. I feel like. Oh no!
Okay.
This is not going good at all. I feel like I'm trying to think. I know I've seen other movies with werewolves. I know one of them was Silver Bullet, but I didn't really care for that as much. I still have to watch American Werewolf. I haven't watched that.
So you've
So
got
I feel like I've seen.
yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Kirk.
I'm trying, Jeff. I don't know. I haven't seen that many. I don't think I've seen that many with werewolves. I think
So you go ahead, Pex.
Well, the last werewolf movie I actually have seen was American Werewolf in Paris.
Ah,
okay.
Which was very good. I liked American Werewolf in London. It had a very long, I think it's the longest werewolf transformation in werewolf movie history.
And the most visual, yeah.
And extreme, yeah, really gets you. One of the best looking werewolves, I think, was in Underworld. Was it Underworld now? Yeah, it was Underworld, I think it was.
Yeah. Actually, does bring up a good point. Love, Murder, Robots. Dog Soldiers. That short. Probably my favorite depiction of werewolves.
I've never seen
in media. The entire series is really good, but that one is to place it. It's werewolves exist in that they became, they serve in the military just like any other American. And so they actually have an entire unit of werewolf soldiers. So it's really cool. I thought it was a really good depiction. And I always like the idea of bringing werewolves into a more public front, as opposed to being like, oh, they're dark, mysterious, and secretive. Put them in the forefront, and because it's a way to help showcase this is real stuff that they now have to deal with in public eye that a lot of people have to deal with every day anyway.
Also, hello. I have come to join you.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
So I do have a few movies with werewolves that I absolutely love.
Okay.
The werewolf transformation in Trick or Treat is super underrated.
Mm-hmm.
All of the cheerleaders basically just tearing the skin off to reveal that they're werewolves is super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Werewolf cheerleaders. That is a new twist for me.
Yep.
And Dog Soldiers is really good too. About a group of soldiers who basically get cornered by a group of werewolves in a house and have to fight them off, and it's great. The werewolves and they're all practical and they're massive. Also, I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me. I don't know how audio works.
No,
No,
you're good. You're going up and down a bit, but
yeah, sorry.
it's all right.
Let's see. Other werewolf movies I've seen. Of course, Teen Werewolf. Teen Wolf.
Oh, Teen Wolf, yeah.
Just join the Discord channel.
It's a pretty classic one.
The Howling.
The Howling. There was a movie out there that had a werewolf in it. That it was like it went through like 3/4 of the movie before it finally revealed that, oh, this is a werewolf movie.
Oh,
and the guy finally transformed. I can't remember what the name of that one was.
It's probably like The Howling, because The Howling took a while to show the wolf as well. It was all about mystery in a mansion, and then you realized, oh, it's a werewolf.
Oh, this one was like it was like almost like a regular teen movie. It played out like a stereotypical teen movie with like almost no suspense, just building up all the characters, and then the last quarter of the movie was like, oh yeah, werewolf.
Oh, interesting.
Werewolf.
Has anybody seen? There's like I rented this from Blockbuster. God, I miss Blockbuster.
I miss Blockbuster too, Rick.
And I miss the old times.
Me too.
So I rented this movie called Brick Snap, or not Brick Snaps. Oh my gosh, sorry, Martin.
Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps. Thank you. Yes. And I would say it's definitely a highly underrated werewolf movie. It is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I actually remember now that you mentioned renting that from Blockbuster as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were out one night and we saw that and we thought, okay, this is interesting. We've never seen it. Let's give it a try. And oh yeah.
I remember my friends rented that, and we were all just kind of hanging out in the D&D garage in Arizona. And one of my friends was just, like not into it and was like, "Do we get to see any of them naked?" We're like, "No, dude."
The good old Porky's generation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Another great werewolf. It's like a short. It's on Netflix. The Love, Death, and Robots thing.
I was just talking about that. The dog, the Wolf Soldiers one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London, not the Paris one. No.
So the last one I saw was Paris.
Yeah.
But I have seen the one in London as well.
Yeah.
They're both good in their own right.
Yeah. There's also the one with Jack Nicklaus. Wolf.
Oh, yeah, Wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is. It's actually pretty good.
The Van Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman. Best transformation of a werewolf I think I've seen
Did
on
that have a
film.
werewolf in it? They did.
Yeah. Van Helsing was the werewolf. Spoilers ahead. Sorry, Kirk.
Yeah. So I think it was a werewolf in Paris where there's a transformation in a darkened tunnel.
Yeah.
Where one person's chasing another and he disappears down into like a sewer almost sort of thing. And then just out from the darkness comes the wolf. And it's just, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I remember being like 10 and watching Monster Squad for the first time. My parents rented it. And we're in Prescott for some reason. And I remember the Wolfman in the phone booth. And that's when I saw my first change, right? Like the first werewolf change.
Oh, yeah.
And just the phone booth just exploding with glass and then Wolfman. That was terrifying on so many different levels. But, yeah.
So here's a question for everybody. Werewolf or vampire?
Wereshark.
Wereshark. Oh my gosh. Does it have a laser attached to its freaking head?
No, man, it's just a wereshark.
Why can't I get weresharks with lasers attached to their heads?
That's my next character concept, Don, is a bard wereshark.
Oh, goodness.
Honestly, between the two, vampire or werewolf, I would actually have to go with werewolf. Vampire, it seems, it really depends on what type of vampire you're really going after. But for werewolves, it's pretty much their standard. There is only one type of werewolf that people think of when they think of werewolf.
Yeah.
Vampire, there's many types of vampires, and some of them are really good, some of them aren't.
Yeah, I think it was either Underworld or a movie like it where they said there were different. Yeah, Jeff was probably going to say the same thing. There were different classes of werewolves or something.
Well, I think what you're thinking of is White Wolf's werewolf game. How there were
that's
many, many different werewolves and many different tribes, and
right.
That's one of the things that I've liked about RPGs in the past is that, like, with the White Wolf system, if Ted the Vampire sees Roger the Werewolf, Ted the Vampire is getting the fuck out of there unless he's like 500 years old and is like, all right, I can do this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, that werewolf is going to go, I'm going to rip you in two, and then proceeds to do so. Like, they're scary. You're like, werewolf or vampire? So, like, werewolves are always like the heel of the vampire, like, community for some reason. Like, in Underworld, they were slaves. In old mythos, they were the daykeepers of vampires. That just doesn't sound like something I'd want to do. I think I'd want to be the guy in, like, with the Crusader shield and sword being like, don't matter, you all die. Personally. But,
I actually didn't.
Well, here's the thing. with werewolves, you can actually be that guy as well.
Well, you're still unsightly cursed.
You're still unsightly cursed, but you can still, like, the best out of it, do the most good out of a bad situation.
Well, I mean, you could do the same too with, look at Blade.
Yeah.
Rick, you were going to say something, and then we cut you off, and I just did it again. So go ahead, Rick.
Don't worry about it. It's werewolf for me. I've always been partial to werewolves. Correct me if I'm wrong, but werewolves are not immortal.
It depends on the lore.
I mean, they can be killed, but they don't. They age, do they not?
It depends on the lore. Again,
I see. Okay.
Most have their longevity upwards to like 100, 200 years.
Right.
Though there are some mythos that actually has them existing for thousands.
Interesting. Yeah, there's just, I mean, vampires are terrifying, definitely, especially some of the vampires that have been depicted in movies. But there's something about the transformation of a werewolf that just gets to me. It's just awesome.
I think one of the best depictions I've had of like age in a werewolf was the fact that they age a certain, like, to them a day of existence is like a full moon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So any time a full moon passes, they age a day.
Then let's not forget about werewolves.
Interesting.
So I would say the game Dwarf Fortress, which is a very fabulous game out there, they like throwing in were creatures in the game, and you can have everything from werewolves to were bears to were capybaras to where yeah, it just gets it's great. It's a great game, and I like their thing for that.
Ooh.
Cats. You know, there's that.
That's actually a were katara from
from Thundercats. Yes.
From She-Ra.
Oh, She-Ra. Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry.
There you go. I'm gonna look up were bunnies, because if were bunnies is a thing,
it is a thing. It's actually a really big thing.
Were capybaras.
Well, this is gonna be awesome. There's no nudity on this one, thank God. But special shout out to Black Rat for this wonderful piece of art. You've been featured on Tons of Fun. You've officially made it thanks to a random Google search. There you go. Look at that, everybody.
Oh, I think that might be a little bit borderline NSFW.
Nah, it's good. There's no weenus.
Wow.
Yep.
But yes, Aware Bunnies is a thing that does exist, and it's pretty big, actually.
So where and when was the first time y'all experienced a werewolf, or y'all saw a werewolf? Like, not like, I hope not in real life, because.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In terms of, remember, in cognition of it being a werewolf would have to be Golden Axe.
Wow.
The video game.
That's.
Okay. Interesting. I guess, you could say Altered Beast then, although I don't think it was werewolves, but they were wolves of some sort.
It was close enough.
Right? For me, in a movie, it was Teen Wolf, for sure.
Yeah.
I know.
Like TV, movie, media, it would be Teen Wolf for me as well.
Yeah.
Jesus. Kirk, what about you?
I think the first time for me was this Goosebumps episode. I think it's called Werewolf of Fever Swamp. He's gonna kick me out, isn't he? No.
There's nothing wrong with Goosebumps.
He looked like he
awesome.
did.
You kidding? Oh, he's gone.
Well, nothing wrong with Goosebumps.
That's my honest answer. I think that's the very first thing I can remember. I think after that it was, like movies that I kind of went to go and watch on purpose. But
Jeff, have you seen the Goosebumps Netflix show with Jack Black?
No.
It's fantastic.
I didn't really care for those.
Oh, I thought they were great, hilarious, and funny.
I don't know.
I mean, I like Jack Black. So.
What show is this?
Goosebumps.
Yeah, Jack Black made
2 movies. I think it was 2 movies.
But, yeah, they made 2. I will be honest though. I think I actually prefer Are You Afraid of the Dark over Goosebumps. If I'm being completely honest.
I have to say, I believe that was the novels that didn't have. It was just like the regular short novellas with the one image, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think I prefer those stories more over the Goosebumps as well.
Yeah. Is it so? Who did Goosebumps? Was it R.L. Stine?
R.L. Stine.
R.L. Stine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't know what we did to Jeffy. I think we broke Jeff.
Oh, we've broken him.
Lexi, what about you? If you say goosebumps, I swear to God, I'm going to tranquilize you.
I don't know. See, now you're just threatening me with a good time. It was would it have been like Monster Squad, Teen Wolf, or that one of the D&D arcade games.
See, that's why
those coin-op ones.
He's not a fucking weirdo. Like goosebumps.
Should have snuck Goosebumps in there. Come on.
Okay, so that was your first one. What was we already talked about your favorite. So in the movie Monster Squad, they talk about the 2 ways to kill a werewolf, and like there isn't one. It's just silver bullets. Like even at one point in the movie, they blow up the werewolf with a stick of dynamite, which is hilarious because they're in the same room, and like they're okay. Like the werewolf,
all
over the place, but the 2 people are like, "Oh, that sure was some explosion."
Wow, we're not suffering from any internal injuries from the shockwave of the explosion.
We made it.
No, not at all.
Oh, I didn't. Rick, what was your first werewolf? And I swear to God, if you said Teen Wolf.
I did.
Yeah,
and I meant the movie, although the show did come after that, which was also good.
What about Teen Wolf 2?
No, I did not see that.
So Teen Wolf 2 involves Michael J. Fox's cousin, who had the same werewolf thing going on.
Yeah.
It was the same movie all over again.
Oh, here's something funny. Not a werewolf movie, but does anybody remember the Peanut Butter Solution?
Yes.
It was a I don't think it was Goosebump. It might have been Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't know what it was.
It was Are You Afraid of the Dark? But yeah, go ahead.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. It was some messed up stuff, man. Sorry, Jeff.
It comes back to haunt him over and over, constantly.
Moving on.
Moving right along. I had like a train of thought, and now it's gone.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Now, actually, I would have to say that the most common ways to kill a werewolf is a silvered weapon.
Right.
But there are other ways out there that, of course, you can do. It's just harder to do. Decapitation is one of them.
Right.
I don't know, man. When they blew the son of a bitch up, all those parts went back together.
Oh, really?
See, that's a bit more of like artificially inflating the difficulty, which is,
Yeah. I don't know anybody that would ever do that in any sort of, fiction or entertainment.
This is so
Nope. Nobody. Don.
Fire.
But no, but they're I mean, generally it's like in money medias, it's cutting off the heads. Some of them are actually dismembering the werewolf and separating the pieces to points where they can't come back if they're regenerating.
I do have to thank Kirk though for not bringing up his favorite vampire werewolf movie ever, which was Twilight New Moon.
Oh, goodness gracious.
What? No.
Now,
no. I've never watched a single Twilight movie in my life. I know those movies were coming out in theaters and everything at the time, and even now with them being, I think they're on Netflix or something like that, I still have not decided to watch them because I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Well, Kirk, you would know if they're on Netflix or not.
My nieces are embarrassed that they like them.
I had to watch every movie in the theater with my wife at the time.
Oh no.
I was ready to kill myself a lot.
So who's going to see the new Batman then?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the trailers.
Trailers from last night, yeah.
Yeah. Was the extended cut Batman trailer.
So does it look like Robert Pattinson is doing a good job then as Batman?
So here's the thing about Robert Pattinson. You can call him a bitch all you want, but you watch any movie that he's in that's not Twilight, after Twilight, and you're like, oh, that man can act.
He can act.
Oh, he's
right.
he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
I'm still not sold on him. It's just the face, the face structure with the mask. It seems a little off to me. I don't know what it is. It looks more like a year 2 Batman, which
That's
is
what they're going for.
Yeah, which is great. So it's a bit more gritty, more established. It's just it's something about it just looks. Anyway, that's not either here nor there.
What about that? So now that we're on movies, because I figure, what the hell? We've talked about vampires or werewolves. The Uncharted trailer. Has anybody else seen that besides me and Don?
I did watch it.
It was, I believe, released yesterday as well, and it was the first time I actually saw it at like 2 hours before the movie.
Yeah. So, Kirk, what'd you think?
So I haven't played any of the Uncharted games, but I mean, it seems like it'll see for like another video game adaptation, like film. It seems like it'll be a fun film for the most part. I'm not. Like, I guess, like, if you just want something to go see, like, in the theater, like, it seems like it'll be, okay, like, a fun time. But
you mean like Super Mario Brothers?
Maybe slightly better than that. Maybe slightly better. Not by that much, but maybe slightly better. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really played the game, so I can't, like, give too much input on it to say, like, if it's good or not, or if it's, like, something I would care to go see.
So, a few clarifications on the Uncharted movie. It is a pseudo prequel. They're obviously doing their own storyline, their own story thread separate from it. It's basically, this is another like story of Nathan Drake, and it says it takes place before all the 3 games would be.
Oh.
So the thing also is that the scene where he's climbing the packages in the cargo plane, that is. Like he gets knocked out of the plane, then he's climbing.
Yeah.
That's from Uncharted 3. Like, that's almost a shot for shot. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah, and with a lot of the set pieces in the trailer, you'll see a lot of like homages and throwbacks to the games.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be much better than Street Fighter was.
Oh, Street Fighter! My goodness.
That movie was good only because of Raul Julia.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why they made so many Addams Family movies.
Yeah. I'm looking at like screen caps from the trailer for Uncharted, and Tom Holland isn't doing it for me. He's too small.
Like, again, this is why they don't really say it much. It's supposed to be prequel. This is when Nathan Drake was in that period of being a teenager to an adult. So he's younger, he's more youthful before he becomes bigger and grizzled. So it's like if this movie does well and it's actually a good movie, and they decide to make it sequels, they're gonna have to kind of bulk and age him up.
Yeah, I part of it is just because I played the first 3 Uncharted games all the way through, so I've got that image of the character in my head.
Yeah.
And seeing scrawny-ass babyface Tom Holland is a little bit of a disconnect.
Right.
Well, I mean,
I get it.
It's almost as bad as the guy, I can't think of his name. Kirk, what's the guy that's in Jurassic World? It is the raptor trainer. What's the actor's name?
Oh, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt's going to be Mario.
Yeah. I still don't know how that's going to work out.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did like this thing on Instagram where he was like, I'm so happy to be playing this character. Like, I'm really excited about it or whatever. And then he did this thing where he did like his regular voice saying, like, it's a me, Mario. He's like, that's not the voice. You guys have to wait to find out what the voice is like. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
It better be better than that.
Here's the thing. Would you rather watch, 90 minutes of someone sounding like Chris Pratt or someone going on, hey, it's me, Mario?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, true.
So is it going to be like a dark Mario? Like, it's me, Mario.
It's I mean, there's also you could also be like you look at it the old animated show. It's me, Mario. I'm going to talk like this all the time.
Lexi, what were you gonna say? You raised your hand up and point.
Well, it's honestly, I think they should just fire Chris Pratt and let Jack Black be Bowser and Mario.
There you go.
The man can do it.
That's what they should do. Is go to Germany. Once you're in Germany, find Victor von Frankenstein, not Steen, Stein, resurrect Bob Hoskins, and then just have him be Mario again.
So
hey, it's me, I'm Mario.
Hey, I want to go back to Robert Pattinson as Batman again because Peck said something interesting about the chin. I looked at images because I haven't really seen any images yet. To be honest, I really haven't been interested in it until tonight. But his chin, facial shape is a lot like, oh my gosh, I just drew a blank there. Christian Bale.
Yeah,
it's very similar to Christian Bale in that the chin comes sort of pointy-ish, and it's youthful looking. So I see what you're saying. It's very like young looking, but cool at the same time.
It's also so they've always addressed that Batman can never look to his left or right without turning his whole body.
Right.
And that cowl looks like it's like the old Adam West cowl. Where
yeah.
So maybe Batman will be able to turn his head from left to right this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited about the Sonic the Hedgehog sequel.
Is it Jim Carrey again?
Well, yeah. I still haven't seen the movie. I do know that it actually was really good, and that Jim Carrey did a great job going from the evil lovable buffoon to the evil lovable buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jim Carrey was Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah,
like old Jim Carrey. It was great.
Yeah.
The Sonic movie had no right being as good as it was.
Yeah. That guy that played Cyclops and also played the main character in Sonic.
James Marsden.
I could stand to see him in a few more like real movies. Like I want to see what he can do because he sucked ass as Cyclops, but like.
Well, that's because Cyclops sucks.
To be fair, Cyclops one sucks, and was it Bryan Singer?
I don't know. It was the guy that did The Usual Suspects.
I think it was Bryan Singer.
You talking about for the original X-Men movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Singer.
Yeah, he's. I've not been impressed with many of his directions for characters in movies.
What about The Usual Suspects? That was a great movie.
Oh.
That was more writing than it was him.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, it was pre-Kevin Spacey's Maybe a Creep.
Yeah.
So that's even better.
One of the best endings in a movie ever.
Kirk, have you seen The Usual Suspects?
I haven't yet. I don't.
That's horrible.
That's the what, fourth time? I don't know. I've said so many wrong things.
We're in that range.
Jeez.
It's probably one of the best whodunit movies out there.
Kirk was just
those are good. I like whodunit movies, so I mean those are.
Oh, you'd like this.
Really
so The Usual Suspects is right up there with Lucky Number 11.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's better than Slevin, but that's just me.
But no, go ahead.
Oh, so tomorrow at Hasbro PulseCon, I'm actually not going to be able to see what's being released at the time because Don and I are going to be in Texas at about 2 p.m, still driving through Texas to get to Arlington because I don't know if anybody knows this, but Texas goes on for fucking ever and you never reach your destination. Moving right along.
It's like Ontario.
Yeah, it's but
not as pretty to look at.
Yeah, but tomorrow is G.I. Joe Day, so they're going to be having the classifieds released, and I think that we're going to see a new Storm Shadow, Zomat, and the other one Tomax, and I think Freedom, the Native American Joe.
Oh, cool!
Is coming out with Spirit. So
of course.
Spirit and Freedom.
Can this be another year of me wishing they bring back Eco Warriors?
You're the only person I know, besides maybe Gil, Torah Nerd, that wants to see Eco Warriors again.
That was my favorite line, just because it had the little squirt backpacks and the color change from the temperature of the water, splash damage. It was great.
If you want to watch an in-depth thing about Eco Warriors, check out a channel called Pegwormers. The guy Kevin over there goes into like detail of the figures and everything else, and it's really informative. And apparently, you can buy Eco Warriors on Amazon right now for $140.
Oh,
Yeah, kind
For
of wish
card-
I had my almost full set.
There you go. So G.I. Joe is battling crime and pollution.
Those packaging really brings me back. That's awesome.
Right back.
I remember when they came out, sitting on the couch in front of the TV with no Eco Warriors and watching the show, because they did the same. They released them at the same time they did the whole Eco Warriors arc on the original cartoon, and I loved it.
When I was a kid, and we're going back to the 80s here, we had a store in town called Consumers Distributing. I don't know if you've ever heard of that store. It might have just been Canadian. I think it might have been Canadian.
I think it's just Canadian, yeah.
Yeah. So what it was a lot like, yeah, that's awesome. Actually, I don't really know what to compare it to, but how it worked was you went in and you looked at catalogs, and each item had an item number, and then you wrote the item numbers down on a little sheet of paper and handed it to the clerk, and then they went in the back and grabbed it for you. So there was no merchandise on the shelf. It was just counters with people working behind the counter, and then this catalog. So we would go there occasionally and pick out some G.I. Joes, and it was a really awesome experience. Yeah, great memories.
This is a modern one from 2007. It's not. If it were an OG, it'd be up on eBay right now for $500, but it's not.
You just ripping it open.
Oh yeah. Toy photography, man. Like I have 3 little Joes, and then I have 7 big Joes, and the classified Joes, and yeah, I want to do some stuff with that. Maybe get some Cobra Troopers eventually.
Sir, they're called Action Man. Thank you very much.
Maybe in Europe, and then it's Action Force.
Yeah,
because they're fighting the Red Skulls there, which is interesting. Holy stiff joints, Batman. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Tomorrow, Don and I will be in Texas at Retropalooza. If you're a watcher of the show and you're in Texas and you go to the show, come say hi to us. We're going to be hanging out with Not Another Retro Channel, Craig, and Greco Fabulous Greco. And then we're going to go to Vito's Pizza in Plano, Texas, which is, like I said, an hour away. And we're going to get some pizza, and then we're probably going to come back to the show and hang out until it's over. And then I think we're headed back home around 8 p.m. I don't know. There you go. Slaughter's Marauders right there.
Look at this. I just remembered I had it down here. There's my bag of Joes.
You know,
Oh, nice.
that's awesome, dude.
It is. All from my childhood.
Bag of Joes.
Bag of Joes.
I never got into it when I was a kid. But anyway, have you guys seen, so I want to talk about this too, because I'm always impressed when like fans take their dream and make it a reality. Like, and this is one of those things is that Bobby Valla used to work for Hasbro, and then he got shit canned. And so he decided, he was like, I'm going to go make my own G.I. Joes with vodka and blackjack. And he made Action Force because he got the rights to it because it was in limbo. And then he signed Sergeant Slaughter to be one of his premier figures.
Oh.
So Sergeant Slaughter is right there. And it looks awesome.
Interchangeable hands and everything. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm not that I need to advertise for the guy, but I'm going to advertise for the guy because, hey, Bobby, if you need somebody to show off your toys, I'm your guy. But he's got some awesome stuff coming out.
Cool.
I'm just going to try to find more. There it is. Okay. 1 second. Sorry. So, like, the one thing that we always had with, like, G.I. Joes was, like, finding army builders that didn't look like garbage, right? Like, you just buy, like, 30 grunts and call it a day, like back in the 3-3-4 scale. But, like, what he did was, hey, the Steel Brigade. Do you remember this, Rick? The Steel Brigade?
I don't.
It was the mail-away G.I. Joe figure you could get, and you fill out your own information so you could be like a G.I. Joe.
Oh, my goodness.
So Steel Brigade was also up in limbo as far as licensing and trademark rights. So this is the army builder for the good guys. How awesome does that look?
It looks really good.
Mint.
And, you know, there's articulation everywhere. there's just he's being so smart about it because you remember the old commercials, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Classifieds do not do this. They don't make accessory packs. So this is the Declassified accessory pack for your Baleverse figures that also happen to fit G.I. Joes in the 6-inch line. Weird, right? But
It's weird how that works.
it's like $15. You get all of those holsters and everything else that you can use for your G.I. Joes or your Baleverse figures. The cap for Gung Ho, because well, not for Gung Ho, but for a Marine character. Whatever. But the guns are awesome. They're getting you the effects for the guns. And if that's not enough to like sell you on it, if you want to get into this for toy photography or just whatever, this is the rabbit hole that I'm probably going to go down next year. Because I am taking a little break from Lego for a little bit next year. But this is I pre-ordered this 3 months ago.
Cool.
And it's going to be here next year, and it's going to arrive at my door. And I'm going to be so happy because I can finally give my G.I. Joes guns that aren't goddamn ray guns.
Pew, pew.
Yeah. So, like the Snake Eyes figure, he comes with a Nerf gun. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That looks like a bullpup.
Ugh. The G.I. Joe infantry or Cobra Troopers come with some sort of weird pulse gun thing.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like a Fafmas.
Yeah. And then Duke came with a Nerf gun. Like straight up, we painted this. It's a Nerf gun. Flint came with his shotgun. So this is my favorite figure of the Classified line. And then we're going to end it here because we are over time. So I apologize. Buttons. Who's got the buttons? But Flint is has always been my favorite G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they released him in Classifieds, I was like, yes, please. But his shotgun does open up, so you can act like reloading it. It comes with a sidearm, little standard issue Glock that does fit into the.
Oh, that's incredible! Wow.
Yeah. So awesome figures all around. There's a couple things that Hasbro does right. The Classified line is that, save for the fact that they're just killing it slowly. So anyway, that's it for me. I hope everybody has a great week. I'll be talking to you. Rick, what do you think about signing on with us full time, as it were? When you can.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I'm here. Absolutely.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, so next week is
Thank you.
Next week is the final week for the build challenge that I issued all of us, except Lexi. But she has to build her, goddamn X-Wing at one point.
Yeah, I need a flat surface near my computer to do it.
I won't be able to do that. Too much has been happening for me. So
I know that. But 16 by 16 base plate, build a spooky thing. That's next week. And next week is our Lego episode, so we're going to have Jeff Van Winden with us. Joseph Sawada will be back. Kirk will not be at a fire thing, and he won't be trying to artificially impregnate crocodiles, so that's good.
Maybe.
He might not be artificial.
Not where I was going with it.
That's a wrap. End of stream.
Oh, it's not though.
I know.
Yeah, we're still going. I know. It's
Hi, everybody. Kurt, where have you been?
Wait, what was that?
Where have you been?
I have been. I've been in the process of moving. I was in the process of moving, which is why I was like gone for so long because of packing and transitioning over. So I'm in Virginia now, closer to like the Brick Fair, Virginia area or whatever. So
I thought you were in Florida now.
Well, I'm in Florida now for vacation, but
then how can you be in Virginia as well?
Because that's where I moved to.
So
that's where I've been.
Hey,
good night, everybody. You have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. Remember, trans rights are human rights.
There you go.
Wear a mask. Get the show.
That's a wear crocodile. Kirk, that's your future son.
Wear...
Bye, everybody. And like Don said, wear a mask, get your shot. Trans rights are human rights. Fuck the police. Bye, everybody.